TNT Radio. Tu radio en internet.
Today on TNT Radio Rock, we are heading into the cold and the strange with Swiss black metalers VÍGLJÓS. The new album, Tome II, Ignis Sacer, dropped September 19 via Les Acteurs de l'Homme Productions, Poison, Historia, and Black Metal. Let's go. We speak with the singer of the band to know more about the new release. To start with, for someone hearing VÍGLJÓS for the first time, how could you describe your sound in one sentence or briefly?
Well, it really plays on the second wave black metal or early second wave black metal. So you can imagine bands like Dogthrone or Burzum, stuff like this. It was our shared passion for this kind of music that made us go there. And then I guess we just added our own little twist to it, you know.
If we read the name or just take a look to it, I guess you got a big Scandinavian influence, obviously, because you're a black metal band. But what is the reason because you choose a Scandinavian name with the letters and all the appearance of a Norwegian or Swedish band?
Yes, the name itself, it's Old Norse, and it describes the perfect amount of light to kill someone. Probably coming from the time when, for example, like up in the north in winter, it's really dark the whole time, and there's like a short period of daylight where you were able to kill someone or like to go to battle or something. And the name really comes because two of our members, they studied like Old Norse languages and culture. And they found this noun or like they found this word in an old manuscript. And they were very intrigued to use it.
Actually, I was investigating about that. So I think your name means the light just bright enough to kill a man. So
Yes.
it's amazing that just one word means a specific scene because
Exactly.
it's the dark, the light, a man killing. So I think just with the name you sound dark. Why? I think you choose it because you explained it to us because your love for Norse culture. Speaking about that, you are almost released your next album, Tome II, Ignis Sacer, which explores ergotism. How did you get into that topic?
Well, the whole topic of like ergotism or like maybe let's start from the beginning. So we're talking about a little mushroom that grows on weeds and is also the basis for the synthesis of LSD. And is very old. Like this fungus is known for since the medieval time or even older, and is also very toxic. So back in the days, a lot of people were eating it and had severe health issues because of that. So they were like basically tripping balls, and their like limbs were fouling off, and so it was a very like there was kind of a mass intoxication of the complete medieval society, even back until a couple of 100 years ago, you know. And in this area where we live, it's very much connected to this topic. We have about an hour from here. There's like a big like medieval altar for people who were suffering from this intoxication. So like when they were like tripping and their like limbs were hurting or they were like dying from this poisoning, they went there to seek some kind of relief from the sickness and to pray. Also later in the like early 20th century, in Basel, in our hometown, LSD was synthesized by a Hoffman. So again, this mushroom had a big impact on this area, you know. Then finally, I think a lot of the art that we know is directly influenced by this mushroom, be it like this old medieval art with all these like colorful demons and stuff, probably very much derived from this. Also, you could say like a big part of rock music started with like the Beatles taking LSD, you know. So I could say that in a way we are very much influenced by this tiny little mushroom, you know.
Uh-huh. And do you think there is, apart from the history and the art connected with this mushroom, do you think there's a parallel between that and today's society? Just not speaking about the Beatles or the beginning of rock or metal, but with today's society.
Indeed, I think so. Like, when you look historically, they started to like compare times of for example, witch hunts or like societal meltdowns, and they put it on top of like times where they thought that there's a lot of these mushrooms growing in the fields and people were eating it a lot, and it really matches. So like in times where like people were struggling and society was going crazy, it was a lot of impact by this fungus, you know. And so we kind of started to draw this parallel as well to kind of how society works. Like for example, right now when you have these like seeds of paranoia or like of hatred that start to spread in like the, let's call it the field of society, you know, it starts to intoxicate everyone and like make the whole crop go rotting. You know? And so we draw these parallels as well. That's why it's as a concept it works so good for this album as well, because you can
Yeah.
like just apply it to general like agriculture and stuff like that, or you can apply it to like a meta like layer, you know.
Mhm. And I suppose your aesthetic is related to this mushroom, at least as far as I watch your release videos. I think this is so.
Yes, I mean our outfits, they are connected to medieval beekeeping. They're like there's some beautiful illustrations of like how beekeepers looked back then, and it really struck us because they're so like remarkably unique in their look. But for the aesthetics of the coming album, like the cover and stuff, we very much went with the influences from like these past artists like Bosch or Bruegel, who probably also deliberately took these fungus to like trip and make these kind of abstract medieval art, you know.
Mm.
And the album cover was done by Adrian Smith, who back in the days made a lot of like, for example, the bolt thrower artworks or like artworks for the Warhammer and Magic the Gathering and stuff like this. And so we went in contact with him and we showed him a lot of these like old images or like these old altar pieces with like all these demons and stuff. And he went out there and he made a great record cover. Yeah.
Yeah. Really, Adrian Smith did a really great work. I think it's very connected with your brand.
Absolutely, absolutely. We couldn't be happier with the cover itself. Um, and then also, like, we're working right now on a music video that's going to be released, which also heavily dives into like this kind of universe that we created for the band in itself. I don't know if you've seen from our last album, the music video, which kind of merges this kind of almost fantastical way of like looking at these creatures or like what these images could mean or like when they come to life, and we expanded on it now for the new album, and we will release the next music video that plays again in this kind of VÍGLJÓS world, you know.
Yeah, it's really cool because there's a connection between your music and the we could say medieval art. Yeah. And speaking about the album itself, there are songs such as Claviceps. Like, I think this song feels like the album's centerpiece. Was it the first track the band wrote, or it came later?
No, Claviceps, I think, was the first track that we wrote back with our old guitarist. And it was also, I think, the first track that we played live on the last tour, to just see how it would feel to play it live. And the rest came later, like the rest of the tracks. Um, it's very interesting that you picked that one out because I think for us it's funny how like every member has kind of their own favorite track or like the track that they feel like makes the album. And it's very interesting like who chooses which track to be their favorite, which in a way shows that I think we did well enough to have a kind of how do you say diversity on the album that like for a lot of people, oh, it's this song or like it's this that makes them interested.
That's cool. You use for your music, you use the mellotron, close to black metal. How did that idea happen?
Well, we started off just like as a two-piece in instrumentation, just guitars and drums, and completely we didn't want to have a bass or anything because why would you need a bass in black metal really? But since that there was still some space sonically speaking in the sound. The friend of mine, he is like during COVID, I think he completely lost it and he spent all his money on synthesizers and mellotrons and whatnot. And so at some point, I kind of asked him if he wouldn't like to like play something to like underlay like a backing track. And yeah, he completely nailed it, and he brought this kind of unique sound to us that kind of defines the VÍGLJÓS sound as well now with this mellotron and this kind of Moog synthesizer that he has. And yeah, now he's part of the game, and
Yeah, it's part of your own sound as well.
exactly, yeah.
Yeah. Mark Orbris produced the record. What did he bring to the sound of VÍGLJÓS?
Well, I think he is maybe the most chill and nice to work with producer you can imagine, you know, like he's a good friend since years and years, and I've been working as like a merch person for his band as well for a long time, so we know each other since years and years. And you have to imagine like he's living a bit on the countryside. He bought this old barn where he also lives. And so you're just like there hanging in the garden, like he's cooking some pasta from time to time. He's like sitting there on his chair like Buddha and just like kind of calmly like letting you do your thing, you know, and then he just tries to enhance what you bring. Like he's not really bringing his own mind into it, but just like trying to understand as much as possible our artistic vision and pushing it, you know. And I mean, it couldn't be a more comfortable surrounding to record an album, you know.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah.
super chill, no
Yeah,
pressure. Yeah.
sounds really good. And
Yeah.
tell me, as you are the singer of the band, tell me, I don't know, how you live the experience of singing in a black metal band? What do you think you bring to your sound? Um, the singing in your brand is really hard. It's really brutal. So how you live that, or what is the way you experience the music of videos?
Well, I think in VÍGLJÓS, I think vocals play an essential part because the instrumentation is so minimalistic that the vocals they have a lot of lifting to do, or they have to carry a lot. And back with my old band with Graupel, it was more of a wall of sound, and the vocals were just there to like put accents onto it. And here I feel like they're more of an instrument on their own, especially when it comes to these topics. Like last time with the bees, or this time with like these kind of bad trip of these mushrooms, you can really go super crazy with the vocals. There's like no, they're not feeling out of place when you go crazy.
Yeah.
And so that's just immensely fun. Also, like my band, I think, trusts me there very much because there are no like completely fixed vocals. So like whenever we play, I sing a bit different. Sometimes it's almost a bit like freestyling, sometimes on top of the music. Like, of course, every song has their topic and every song has like their basic like refrains or something. But I always like to play with the accents or like with the intensity of the vocals, and so every show it's something else. And we just try to like when we record to take like 5 or 10 different takes and see like which one was the best, which one fits the intensity the best, and yeah,
Yeah.
that's our approach for the vocals.
Yeah. It's impressive. It's really impressive the way you sing. Speaking about shows, your live shows are described as auditive, visual, and olfactory even. Should we be scared of? Could it be a good experience?
Well, no, you don't have to be scared. You would have to be scared with my old band. That was much more scary. No, I think with VÍGLJÓS, it's much more, also in a way, minimalistic. Like we use candlelight. We don't use a lot of crazy light show. It's more like ambient and more toned down because I think it makes the experience even intenser. Um, and olfactory, yeah, we burn some like incense and stuff, so that as well. But it's not about like trying to overpower you. Like it's more about like trying to drag you in.
Sounds really good, not scary. Speaking about that, is the live shows, which track are you dying to play live first?
Oof.
I know it's like choosing between your own children, but
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
it's just to know more about the music or what the people can expect from your live shows.
Well, we are right now going to Latvia next Tuesday,
Ooh.
and we will play a show in Riga, and then we will go to Lithuania to play a show. And there we will kind of dip our toes into the water about like the new set that we will play, because obviously we want to still play some old songs and we would like to implement some new ones. And there, I guess we will test what will work, because I think it's also important for the whole kind of dramaturgy of the set that it makes sense. Like if you can play, of course, just 10 super great tracks, but they have the same level of energy, and then it just becomes boring.
Yeah.
So we will have to see which tracks will fit together nicely for the set. I think there also we all have like not big egos about this thing. It's like what works works. And then even if we have to like kick out a track that we all really like in favor of the set in itself, we do it.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. It has to be balanced.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and just speaking about you personally as a musician, what was the first black metal album you ever bought?
That's a good question.
Or
I couldn't really tell you. I remember, I think the first metal album that I bought was A Matter of Life and Death by Iron Maiden, because I remember like my dad is a music journalist and he always went to the record store to buy some albums to review. And I saw this album with these like zombies and tanks on it, and I was like, hell yeah, I have to have it. And so immediately when I got home, I got grounded by my mom. She was like, not in my house. So this is what I remember. Um, and then I guess the first vinyl I bought was Manowar's Fighting the World, just because obviously, again, the cover. I guess that's also the thing, like I was appealed by the visual aspect of it a lot. But I couldn't say which one was the first black metal album that I bought. probably something on the ground from a concert around. I
Yeah,
couldn't really say.
I get so. Yeah. For me, it was the same. Yeah, the albums you buy after a show of unknown band, very
Uh,
little band. Yeah, that's really great. That's the best ones.
yeah.
Um, what do you prefer for drink? Beer, wine, meat?
I guess we're all beer persons. Me too. Yeah, mostly beer, I guess.
Yeah, that sounds very metal.
I guess we're just super basic, really.
No,
Like
no,
we're
no,
not
no.
fancy people.
I mean, I think in a metal show, what is more drunk is beer. Yeah,
Yeah, that definitely.
yeah, definitely. Yeah. We were speaking about ergotism, the main concept of the album. I wanted to ask you if ergotism had a flavor, what would it taste like?
Oof. Well, not pleasant, I can tell you that.
At least the
I,
effects, not pleasant.
yeah. I mean, I think it's just very overpowering. Maybe it's like the cilantro of, you
That
know.
sounds very,
Yeah. I
very
don't know. It
fancy.
could be nice, but it's also very, very wild, and some people really hate it.
I agree with you. After this album drops, what's next for VÍGLJÓS?
Well, I think first we want to tour a bit. As I said, we go to the Baltics now, then we go for an extensive Europe tour and a bit into the Balkans as well. And next spring, we are aiming to go for a big Africa tour. We will fly to Kenya and then go from Kenya until South Africa in about 1.5 months. That would be the plan. Um, and then, yeah, we'll see what happens after. I mean, I feel like as long as there's some creative output, then we'll keep on going. Or otherwise, like all of us, I think have different projects as well, or like their work. So I would like to do some records with my other bands as well soon. We'll see where it goes after, but
Okay.
maybe we can't stand each other anymore. About after like half a year of touring,
Ambiguous
we'll see.
disappear. We don't know.
Yeah.
That's a hard question. I'm going to read to you a sentence I wrote. Let's see if you agree with that.
Mhm.
If we speak about VÍGLJÓS and the new album, Tome II, Ignis
Yeah.
Sacer, I could say poison in the weed, madness in the streets, VÍGLJÓS return. What did you say about that?
That sounds great. That sounds great. Yeah, that's about it.
It's about this. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. What part do you think your sound? I mean, I don't like to to give each band a label, but what band do you think you are more close to?
I'm not sure I would compare ourselves with like all of these true black metal bands just for the reason that maybe sound-wise we're close to them, but much more playful in our approach. Um, I mean, maybe you could say like if we speak about other bands from Switzerland, like there's this whole Helvetic Underground Committee bubble with like Virgo and Ungfell and all of these like or Quellgeist, all these like kind of weird bands from Switzerland. I feel like we much more belong to that kind of vibe or that kind of black metal scene, if you want to say.
Hmm.
So I guess we would, yeah, we kind of think alike. I mean, we know each other also very well, and yeah, we kind of have the same kind of mental instability, or like how you want to call it.
Yeah, you got the same vibe.
Yeah, we're kind of same crazy.
Yeah, that's really good. If you had to choose a song of the new album to be listened, after the interview, what could it be?
I really like A Seed of Aberration. It will also be the song that we make the music video about, just because it has a lot of variety in it. I think it shows a bit of the whole bandwidth of what we're doing. The other song that could be, well, A Harvest also is a song that could work well as a first listen, just because it's very mellow.
Yeah. It is. It sounds really great. We will. So thank you very much for your time. It is all till here. But if you want to add anything.
Oof, no, I think I'm good. Thank you very much for your time. And yeah, maybe until in Spain someday.
Yeah, I hope so, because we have not the opportunity to listen to black metal bands live here in Spain. It's not. We got a big black metal scene, maybe in northern Spain, but we don't have many opportunities to listen to it. Not where I live. I live in southern Spain. It's really hard.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really hard.
I mean, we like to go to crazy places and we like to travel far, so maybe we can make it someday.
Yeah, it's true, because the tour in Africa is really crazy. From Kenya to South Africa, it's not everyone do that.
No.
No. How that idea came from? Or
Well, I've toured already in Africa with my old black metal band about 4 years ago, I think. Um, and it's just crazy because there's a big scene, but no one really goes there or nobody really has it on their radar. And I'd like to force kind of this exchange as well, because for us, I mean, it's just boring to be like the 10th black metal band on a black metal festival in front of a black metal audience. I mean, yeah, it's fine and it's fun and everybody knows, but like going to places where you're like the first fucking band that ever played there,
yeah,
that's something else. And so that's just way more interesting. And also, like, I'm having now a Kenyan black metal band in Europe on tour in September. Like, I'm getting them here and bringing them on a tour. We play some shows with them because for them it's also a first, and I guess for a lot of people in Europe it will also be a first to see a black metal band from Kenya play.
wow.
And this to me is just so much more interesting than just going down the same old path all the time.
Yeah. It's gonna be such an experience.
Oh
Yeah,
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 always
yeah,
is.
yeah. Okay, then this is all from my part. I
All
don't
right.
want to steal you any more time, and just thank you for your time, for being there for TNT Radio Rock, and just send you a lot of luck with the promotion of the album and with the live tours, and offer you all our support for VÍGLJÓS.
Thank you very much. See you
Thank
soon.
you. See you
Bye.
soon. Bye bye.